The next one I mentioned was Note Flight. I'll just kind of skim through this fairly quickly. I talked about that. It's really Google Docs for music notation. A student can create a score, or a teacher can put a template online and share that template out, and multiple people can edit it. And it will keep track of the versions, like a wiki, of who adds what. So students are using this to create collaborative compositions, to share their work. They can take the work that they've created and embed it in a web page and share it like a YouTube video. You're also able to synchronize a YouTube video directly with the notation. So you can actually have your scoring and your notation for a particular video clip, and it will play back synchronized to the YouTube video, either with the YouTube sound or the generated sound in the browser. But we're really interested in the social learning around the tool and how students are teaching themselves with this. There'll be some opportunities to get involved with that. The third one, again, is going back to Scratch and looking at these musical data structures and blocks. I've already shown you a little bit of Scratch, but to show you what that looks like, here's a project that we developed within Scratch that was really about, how can we make it easier for kids to play around with musical gestures and shapes? And so we created a play sequence block. And you can see this block here. So the inputs into it are play, minor, major, pentatonic, whatever that is, play sequence, and then we use the numbers, 1, 2, 3. The hyphen is a rest, but the numbers 1 through 9, hyphen with being a rest. We give it a root pitch, and then we give it a set of duration, 8th note, 16th note, quarter note, whole note, whatever with that. So now with one block, a student can go in there and put in a gestural shape based on scale degree, and it will generate back that block. So here's an example of a project that using this block that Eric Rosenbaum put together. Let's see if you can figure out what the algorithm is just by listening to it. Oh, we're going to put the volume back. Any ideas? Yeah? It is right there. I forgot that it was there. Right. But basically, no, that's fine. That's fair. So in here, you can see what it is. So play major sequence. It first populates a random sequence of, well, okay, so it picks a random number between 1 and 10. And if it's less than 4, so 40% of the time, it's going to add a rest. And 60% of the time, it's going to add a random number to the sequence, up to 8. Then what it does is it maps that onto a major scale, and plays that sequence out with, and it plays that major, and then it plays it minor, and then it plays it major and minor because it repeats it twice. Then it plays it major, but with the root down a half step at 59, with the root down a whole step at 57, and then the root down another whole step at 55, but at half the duration, slow it down. So we can start to work at a higher level musically than at the individual note level. So we're starting to roll this out in workshops with kids is to see what more they're doing, because one of the things we'd like to see more students doing is rather than just playing an MP3 file in the background of their video game or just putting in a sound effect, we'd like them to start developing algorithmic soundtracks where the gameplay interacts with the music that's being generated and vice versa. So we have a whole series of workshops and curricula around this, and this is going to be, some of this is going to be embedded in the book that I'm writing for Oxford. But we're doing workshops in the summers right now where we're rolling this out with kids in playing computationally with music and composition and soundtracks and gameplay and game design.